guys, this is Katie and welcome to another weekly vlog. So this week, I don't even know how to title this week because it's just a bit of a weird one. So last week we did assessment week. This week we are doing report writing. We have tracking to do as well for the children to see where they have made progress this term. And I also need to finish off marking all my assessments. Not all of them are marked yet. So I need to do all of those things this week. But on top of that, we all have to make sure that we have online learning ready. I managed to get mine done last week, thank goodness. But we also have children not coming in. So our school is an international school in Bangkok, and basically we are not going to be closing until the ministry tell us we have to close, because how the government work here is when with a private school, a private school has to have a certain amount of set days that it teaches for, and if for some reason we decide to close, we have to make up that time another time. And basically what has been said is that we're going to wait until the ministry say all schools have to close. We aren't at that stage in Thailand yet, but we have had a massive influx of COVID cases over the weekend. So it was really strange because we had some cases about a month ago, and then we didn't really hear. We had the odd one here and there, but it was always people coming into the country. And then last Thursday we had 5 new cases, and then Friday, I think this is right, we had about 5 cases on Thursday, then 11 cases on Friday, and then on Saturday there was 20 more cases, and then yesterday there was 35 more cases, and they're waiting. There's 50 something, there's around about 50 people who are waiting for their test results as well. So from this time last week, we were about 30 people in Thailand had coronavirus. Now we're 100 and something, so it has shot up so quickly. I'm not entirely sure how the government are going to respond to this, how the ministry are going to respond to this. We also have an idea that the government don't want to close everything down yet because Thailand relies so heavily on tourism, and if they close everything down, then that completely stops all the tourists coming. So who knows? Anyway, that's me having a little rant, but that's what my week is looking like at the moment. Lots of marking, lots of report writing to do. On top of that, we have this ever-looming thing of we don't know if we're going to close or not, but also on top of that, because it's got worse in this situation, we also have parents that have just said, no, my child isn't coming to school. So I think I've got 3 children off today because their parents have said they're not coming to school. I also have a child off whose parents just come back from America, and they've just added America to the list of you have to go into self-quarantine. You and your family have to go into self-quarantine if you come back from these countries. So the dad's just come back from America, so I have that child off as well. And then if the situation gets worse over the week, I'm sure we'll have more and more parents. So it's just difficult. Anyway, I'm just going to stop having a rant because I've now ranted for the first 3 minutes of this video. I promise there will be a bit more productivity in this video. I did, however, something exciting. I ordered, a few weeks ago I talked about trying to organise my classroom more, and I have organised it quite a bit more since then, but I bought a organiser thing for my table, and I also bought some pots to put in my drawer to organise some stuff in my drawer. So I will get those out later today and organise and set that up. But I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to make sure that I'm ready for my lessons today because I only have 2. I also need to make sure that all my reports are finished marking, all my assessments are finished done. Yeah, those were words. Anyway, I shall see you soon, guys. Right, guys, so I've just registered the children. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to mark these papers. I actually got halfway through marking my arithmetic papers on Friday, so I need to finish them off. They shouldn't take me too long, but I need to mark these and put the data into the trackers and sort all of that out, and that is my task for this morning. Basically, my mindset is try and get as much of this marking done now, because if we find out that the school closes, we won't find out until 10 o'clock the night before, because that's just how the ministry here works. So I kind of felt like I don't want to have to come back into school and pick up papers that I haven't marked yet, so I'm just gonna mark them all now and hope for the best. We'll see how that goes. guys, I just thought I'd quickly share a little teaching tip because I did not know this until I started teaching myself. When I mark test papers, I mark them page by page instead of test by test. So this is our massive marking scheme for the 3 tests that we did. We do NFER classroom tests, but they have all of the answers and they have like explanations for it. What I will do is I will look at the page of questions. So my next page I have to mark is 31, 32, 33, 34, and because it's the end of the test, I'll probably just do the last little question, 35 and 36 as well. But I will look at the answers in the booklet. I will make a little note of them on my sticky note, and then I will just mark them through as I go. So that's how I mark my test papers, so I'm a little bit more efficient and a little bit quicker at doing it. Okay, so without showing you too much, because I'm not entirely sure how much of this is actually confidential, but obviously all the children's names are on here, so I'm not going to show you them. But basically, this is how we do our grading. So we have a list of all of the targets that they need to know in year 6. Along the side here, the reason this is coloured is because it's done by blocks. So this is a list of all the things they need to know, and then at the end, I can just show you, it will show you like, you will write in percentages of like what each child is getting for different things. Some children are doing different things depending on what class they're in, but generally you will give them a grade between 1 and 4, and then it comes down here. You can also give them an effort grade as well, but it gives you like an average grade for all of their lessons, and then that's how we work out their grade for the term. So basically what we do is we decide on what we think they're at between 1 and 4. 1 is the highest, like 4 is the highest, 1 is the lowest. Most children will be in between a 2 and a 3. So 4 is very much only if they're very, very secure in a certain topic. Most children will probably start at a 2 and then move on to a 3. It really depends on what they're doing, but it's very specific to that area of learning. What I tend to do is, so this term for reports, we don't have to write a big comment on for maths and literacy, but we do have to give them targets. But I think it's really important for the children to know what they should be working on themselves. So today what I'm going to do in maths is we actually have a ratio lesson, but I'm going to skip it today and I'm going to make it up another time. We have an extra lesson on Thursday that we weren't intending to have. So what I'm going to do with their papers today is I'm going to give them back their papers so they can see what grades they've got, and then I'm going to ask them to look through their papers, and any questions that they didn't get a mark for, I want them to see if they can do the question, and if they're really stuck about it, like if they're really stuck on it, I want them to write the topic of it at the front of the book. So for example, if it's fractions and they're looking at how to multiply 2 fractions and they really can't remember how to do it, then I want them to write fractions, multiplying fractions at the front of their book, because then they're going to make their own targets based on this. I just think it's the best way for them. I mean, it kills 2 birds with 1 stone in the way that for them, they understand what their targets are. I can also see there's certain children that would have made a mistake with certain things that I know probably can do it, but I just want to double check. So if they have another chance to just go over it, it's not going to change their grade, like I'm not going to change their marks, but it might be that I go, actually I know that they can do that skill, so that's not going to be their target, because there's no point me saying multiplying fractions as someone's target if they can actually do it, they just forgot in the test. So that's what we're going to do today, is spend some time looking at the test paper. The children are going to go through some questions that they're not sure about, they're going to make their targets, and then it means later on today when I actually have some free time, I can go through and write up their targets for the reports. So that is my plan. Next, I have like half an hour before break time. I have a rehearsal at break time for Shrek, but I have about half an hour. So I'm thinking I might start marking my literacy papers. This is going to be hard work. I have to mark my literacy writing papers, and I also have to mark my reading papers, and I hate marking reading papers. Like I hate saying the word hate, but I'm gonna put it out there. Like, marking reading papers is just awful. And I even got to a stage this weekend where I was considering, like, if the school closed and we had to take the papers home, I was like, I wonder if I could get Callum to mark them. Like, that's how much I really don't like marking them. But anyway, I should probably do them first. No, I'm not going to, because I've only got half an hour. They take so long. I think that's the problem, they just take so long. I'm going to mark my writing ones first, because I need to make notes for their reports on writing. So I'm going to mark them now. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. See you in a bit, guys. Okay, literacy. So I thought I'd quickly talk to you about literacy and how we assess literacy. This is something that I use. Not all the teachers use it, but basically I've literally just copied this. Actually, one of my colleagues showed me this, how she did it, and I loved how she did it, so I'm going to use it every time now. But basically this is just all of the statements that they have to meet in year 6 to be able to get the grade they want. So this is basically just taken from our school tracker, and which is then basically just taken from the curriculum, but it's put into child-friendly terms. What we have here is all of the statements, and then over the term we do different assessments. So this is actually from term 1, and over term 1 they did a non-fiction writing, an unseen fiction, and then a seen fiction. And then they also have class, so if you can give class if you think that actually, you know, they do a lot better in class than they do in assessments. I generally only tend to do that if I know that they can really do something in class but they haven't shown it in their writing, or there hasn't been an opportunity to show it in their writing. Anyway, the grades are the same as maths 1 to 4, and this child, for example, is predominantly a 3. There's a few things like understanding and use of active and passive voice. We haven't really had an opportunity to learn this one yet, and they haven't really had an opportunity to show it, so she was a 1. But generally speaking, they will kind of change throughout the year. So this is term 1, and I'm going to do term 2 now. I've changed the form ever so slightly just because we only did 2 assessments, so I'm going to go through that, add a class 1 as well, and get these done. These are really helpful because when you then go to do the tracker, you can literally just copy and paste it, like copy it from here, do an overall grade from here, and then you can also get your targets from there as well. So I find this the easiest way to get a fair assessment grade for writing. Yes guys, in half an hour I've managed to mark 2 children's papers. I am going to go to my rehearsal now, and then I have a maths lesson, then I have a meeting, then I have lunch, in which I think I have a rehearsal then as well, and then I have another lesson, and then I have ECA after school. So not much more is going to get marked today, clearly. Yeah, one of those days. See you in a bit, guys. Good morning, guys. It is Tuesday. It is 3 minutes past 7. I've just got into school. There's a lot going on today. Today, I'm aiming to have a really productive day. So yesterday, I marked all my maths papers were done, and then I put all of the information on the tracker, and I also started to do some targets with the children. So I gave them their test papers back, and they made targets themselves, which was great. Because it means that they have an understanding of what they need to work on. It also means that I've got like an overview of what all of their targets are, which is going to help me for writing reports, but it's definitely going to help me for when we do revision stuff as well. Today I need to mark their reading papers. So their reading papers are massive, and basically just to give you an update of other stuff going on, overnight we found out that the government here are going to a cabinet meeting today to discuss closing all schools. They're going to recommend that that's what happens, including international schools, because of the coronavirus. There were 33 more cases yesterday, so it is growing here in Thailand, and they're quite anxious about it, I think. So I think they're just trying to act on it quickly and as sensibly as they can, I guess. So they're going to have that meeting today. We don't know if it's confirmed or not, but if it is confirmed, it means as of tomorrow we will be doing online learning. All of the online learning stuff is actually ready to go for like the following few weeks, because we have how our school have done it is we had a training session 2 or 3 weeks ago about what to do in the case of an online, in case we have to go online teaching. We all kind of created some resources for our chosen subject ready to go. And then this week, yesterday, we had 20 something kids off in just year 6. So what happened is we have 7 classes, so one class was split up and put into the other classes, and then that teacher created more resources for online learning for when it goes live. So we are kind of somewhat prepared. We'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be it's going to be one of those situations. We'll just see how it goes, do as much as we can. But today I'm going to just treat it as a normal day. I'm not going to speak to the children about whether the school's going to close. I mean, the problem is our kids will probably know more than I do because their parents talk to them about stuff, and so we'll see. I'm just going to treat it as a normal day. I have maths, I have literacy, I have a free, I have reading, and then I have another free. So maths, we are going to be doing ratio. Literacy, they're going to be carrying on with their superhero stories, and I'm going to do a bit of input on the different year 6 skills that they need to make sure they're included in there. And that's about it, I think. And then for reading, normally we just kind of do a read theory type thing, but I might have a look at their reading papers with them. If I can get them marked by then, I might look at the papers with them, just because I think that will be quite beneficial for them. But we'll see, it just depends on the time, I guess. But I also would like to print off as much, if we are going to close, and if we find out before the end of the day if we're going to close, I would like to collate as much information and materials as I can to give them so that they can do stuff at home. But we'll see what happens, guys. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to get on with my work. I shall see you in a bit. Hi guys, so it is now 12:30. It has been such a weird, bizarre kind of day today. We had maths and literacy this morning, which was fine, good lessons. Then I had a break time rehearsal for Shrek. Then I normally have a free period, but we actually ended up having an emergency year 6 meeting. It didn't last for too long, but it was just kind of recapping that all of the SLT, and our head of year 6 and all of the heads of years had a meeting with SLT this morning, and basically the government have said that there's a big likelihood that we're going to be closing as of the end of today. So therefore, tomorrow the children won't be coming into school. We don't really know what's going to happen once we close. It might be a situation where I think our school would prefer for us to be coming into, the teachers to be coming into school, but it depends on what the ministry say. It also just depends on so many different factors, I guess, but we don't really know exactly what's going on. But the likelihood is that we're going to be closing today at the end of the day. So we've given out books. We've given out blank maths books and writing books that they can use to put any work in. I've also sent all my kids to the library, and they've picked up books from the library to take home to read as well. We've checked they know all of their login details for their Google Classroom and their Google Gmail account. We also use TT Rockstar, Study Ladder, Bug Club, and Read Theory here, and Math Shed and Spelling Shed. So we use all of those things, so we made sure that they had all their logins all ready for that. So that's pretty much sorted for that, which is good. So hopefully we'll be able to run smoothly, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen for the rest of the week if we do close. I think, like I said, I think the school wants staff to be able to come in still, but it really depends on what the ministry say. I think personally, I think coming into school for a few days is probably a good idea, just to make sure everything's running smoothly. But I think after a few days, I personally don't think that if the government think that the situation in Thailand is that bad that schools should be closed, then I would personally prefer to just self-isolate and social distance myself from everyone, because I just don't see the point of risking anything and spreading it. So I don't know what other people's opinion of this is, but for me, I'm just going to kind of stay away and do what I can to stay healthy, obviously, like everyone else in the world. But we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to eat my lunch, and I'm going to try and finish off marking these reading papers. I'm halfway through marking them. I need to get them done, because otherwise they're just going to stress me out. So I'm going to mark these, and I have a free period after lunch, but we're going to have another year 6 meeting just to go over any other questions that we have about online learning. Hopefully we will have an answer by then about what on earth is going on, but we'll see. We will see. See you in a bit, guys. I just wanted to show you my awful lunch. So because I was in a rush this morning, I normally pick up a salad if I'm in a rush, and there was no salads in 7-Eleven. So I actually just got myself a Pepsi, and this is a cheese and ham sandwich. You would think from 7-Eleven it's a bit squashed, it's been in my bag. And I got a banana and chocolate chip cupcake for my lunch. And I'm just gonna sit and chill out. I'm gonna watch Psycho Traveller. I'm not sure if anyone's seen her before, if you've watched this channel, but basically she is a traveller, but at the moment she's doing lots of lifestyle stuff, which I'm really enjoying. So I'm gonna eat this, watch her for 10 minutes, then get back to this marking, which seems to be taking me forever. See you in a bit. Hi guys, so it is the end of the day. It is 5 to 3 and I feel so confused. I have no idea what's going on. So we sent all the kids home with some stuff, like for the idea of school being closed, and the Prime Minister, I think it is, or the cabinet, someone is giving some announcement right now online, but apparently he just talked for ages. But the summary is that the school's definitely closing as of tomorrow for the rest of the month. It might be longer, we don't know, but it's going to definitely be closed for at least 2 weeks basically. So that's what we know so far. It could be longer, but we don't know what's going on with staff yet. My school haven't sent out an official announcement. I've only just read that quickly because it came up on the news and a parent came in and told me, so I don't really know much more than that, but we will see. I think everything's kind of sorted for this week in the sense of we've already organised stuff for the rest of the week, but I would like to know what's going on in the way of staff, in the sense of, am I coming in tomorrow, am I not coming in tomorrow? Because if I'm coming in tomorrow, then that's fine. I feel like I'll be a lot more at ease, but if I'm not coming in, then I feel like I need to prepare more, in the sense of I need to be taking home my reading papers, which I still didn't mark, by the way. I need to be taking home my writing papers. I need to be just making sure I have everything ready at home. I don't know, I just feel a bit I don't know. I know that this sounds stupid because everyone is happening, this is happening to everyone around the world, and I know that I'm just one of many that this is happening to, but I just feel a little bit kind of confused and unsure of what's going on at the moment. But we will see. I'm gonna just kind of spend the next half an hour just carry on marking this stuff, and then I'm gonna leave at 3:30 because I want to get home and sort out what I'm gonna be doing. Me and Callum are gonna go this evening to Tesco's to just stock up on food. We're going to obviously be sensible. We're not going to buy more than we need, but we just want to make sure that we've got some of the basics in case we need it. Yeah, it's just, what is the world coming to, you guys? It just upsets me. And I don't know, obviously I had a hunch that we'd probably be closing. We were told that there's a likelihood that we'd be closing, and today, at the end of the day today, me and my class, we always do a Just Dance video at the end, and I don't know. I've been talking to my friends in China, and they haven't seen their students for 3 months, and I'm I can't not see my students for 3 months. That just feels so crazy to me, and I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm kind of getting upset, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to stop talking. I'm getting on with my work. See you in a bit, guys. Hi, guys. So it is Wednesday. It is now 7:30, and we're closed. So the Thai government closed all the schools as of today. They made the announcement yesterday, and yeah, schools are closed. So we are now going to online learning. We are in school today. I don't really understand, I don't know, I have my own opinions about that. I think we're in school for the next few days, and I don't really know what's happening after that. I think, for me, I think the argument should be that if the whole world is telling us to social distance ourselves and we can work from home, then why the hell are we not? Quite frankly. But that's my own opinion on stuff. But yeah, so we are going to be doing some online learning stuff today. We've, like, as a year group, we've already got all of the stuff planned for this week, and there's a lot of stuff for next week that's planned, and actually even the week afterwards is somewhat planned. So I think it's just going to be a case of putting that type of stuff together. Because I've been planning science this term, the topic is electricity. Obviously they can't be making circuits at home, so I'm going to put together like a little project of some form to get them doing something sciencey at home, but we'll see. I'm going to find out what's going on. My colleagues have all come in now as well, so I'm going to find out what's going on. Really don't know what's going on today. I feel a bit lost, I feel a bit anxious, I'll be honest. Like, I woke up with incredibly bad anxiety because I just feel like, I think my anxiety stems from, like, I had a lot of anxiety in China, and I think it stems from not having control of the situation, and I feel like I don't have control over this. Obviously no one has control over this virus, but I don't know, I feel like I don't have control of my children, and I shall see in a bit. Sorry about that, one of my colleagues came in because we don't know what's going on. So I'm moaning big time. I need to stop moaning. I don't know what's going on though. Like, so my kids had emailed me throughout the night being like, Miss Katie, what's the schedule for tomorrow? Like, I was just like, I don't know. The kids are all going to get, for how we're going to be doing online learning here, is the children will be getting their schedule at 8:30 in the morning. We've already put it together, like, we've prepared for this, we've already put it together, and what we're doing now, like today, I believe, is planning stuff for the next few weeks. But don't really know what else we're doing apart from that, so we'll see. At the moment, I'm just going to organise myself, and I'm going to finish off marking my reading papers because I didn't manage to do them yesterday, and yeah, that's my plan for today. So I shall check in with you when I know what's going on. Hi guys, I thought I'd just kind of quickly touch base because I'm feeling a bit better about everything today, and I just thought I'd kind of quickly just show you my setup. It isn't organised at all, but basically I have a laptop, like I have my computer screen here in which I have my emails open, and basically how we are communicating with the children is a few ways. I'm using Google Hangouts for kind of like little questions that the children have about, like, oh, is this right, la la la, those types of things. Email is open in the background to that in case I have emails from parents or from staff. I also then have a laptop. My school have given me a separate laptop to do Google Meets. So I've put the children into small groups so that I can touch base with them each day, and just kind of give them a quick call so they can see my face and know everything's okay. I don't want them to panic. I feel like if I'm panicking, they're probably definitely panicking, but they seem okay. They seem pretty chilled. I also have a pile of reading papers in front of me. I'll just show you, shall I? It's probably a lot easier, but yeah, feeling a bit better about it. But yeah, it's now 10:20, and I'm only just kind of get going with it. But it's always going to be like this, wasn't it? Okay, so in my desk, so actually I'm just going to quickly just close this because you probably shouldn't see all my children's emails. Okay, so I have my computer. A minute ago I had all my Hangouts. They're down here. I will open up in a minute. I have my reading papers here so I can try and mark as I go. I have this over here, which I'm going to use for my Google meeting. I'm just arranging to meet with 4 of the boys in my class now on Google Meets, just to check in that they're okay, and then I will arrange another meeting with some of the other groups as well throughout the day. So we will see how it goes. Hi guys, so it's now 11:28. I've had some meetings with my children on Google Meet. They all seem like pretty happy. It was nice to kind of check in on them, check they were okay. So that's all done, which is great. And then I just had a staff meeting with everyone else, and they were just kind of checking in on, like, is everyone using everything okay, any questions, la 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 la. We've now, I don't really know if we have anything else for the rest of the day. I don't think we do. So my next aim is I'm going to finish off marking these reading papers. So basically, my kids, we sent them work this morning, and I will say, like, the first few hours were a little bit, I felt like they were a bit manic just because I was like trying to answer all the questions to parents while I was trying to get my head around everything. But I feel much better about it now. Like, I feel much calmer, so that's great. So now the kids are just getting on with their work, which is great. I'm going to leave my Google Chat, like, Hangout thing open in case they have any questions, and leave my emails open in case they have any questions. But generally speaking, I'm just going to finish off marking my reading papers and get on with my report writing, because that actually has been postponed. So we actually, normally we get it done We were meant to get it done by this Friday so that it can be proofread by next Friday, depending on who your proofreading partner is. But we've been told that actually it doesn't have to be in by next Friday, it has to be in by the Wednesday afterwards, because normally we have it so that we send it out a week before we break up for the holidays so that parents have time to come in and talk to the teachers about it. Parents aren't allowed to come in and talk to the teachers about it because the school's closed. So the school has said, like, let's just push back the reports. You've all got enough stuff to be doing at this moment anyway with home learning, so that's good. But I'm just going to quickly finish off marking my reading stuff, and then I'm going to get my science project ready for next week so that that's all ready to go. So yeah, that is my plan. Hi guys, it's me again. I feel like this video is literally just going to be me talking in the seat to the camera every so often because I have no work to show you because kids aren't here. But yes, it is now just past 12 and we've just had a quick short meeting with the year 6 teachers just to kind of like check in on each other, check we're all good, what's the expectations, stuff like that. I'm pretty much, what is that noise? Oh, I think a child is trying to call me. But yeah, I think one of the things that we are working on is just making sure that everything goes out at the right time and everything is as interactive as possible for the kids to keep engaged. But they seem to be doing fine, like they seem quite happy. I'm chatting to them on like the Google Hangouts if they've got any questions and stuff, so yeah, that's fine. But I'm going to use this time, I'm going to have my lunch. Our school are actually providing lunch in the canteen, but I am making a conscious decision to social distance myself. So I think I mentioned this morning. Obviously the whole world is social distancing, and I do believe that having social distance is the only way that we're going to fight this virus that's going around the world. And I am not risking it by going to sit in a canteen with other people. You know, I know it sounds silly because the thing is, like, we're all in the same school. We're having our temperatures checked as we come in, we're all washing our hands and all that stuff, but like if washing our hands was the answer to all of this, it would be over. That's kind of how my thought process is with that. So I'm making I'm not even making a point, I'm just making the decision that I'm going to social distance myself. Like, I have to go to a staff meeting, that's not my choice, that's my job, so I will go to that, but I don't have to go and sit with everyone at lunchtime, so I'm not going to. So I bought food from home, I'm going to sit and have my sandwich and then just carry on marking this reading papers. I'm not sure if we'll be in school next week or not, so I want to get everything done as quickly and as sensibly as I can, just so that I've got a bit more time to kind of get on with stuff as well. So yeah, that is my plan for now, and I shall see you in a bit. Guys, so it is now 10 to 3. I think that is it for today. That is going to be the end of my home learning but not at home day. So I've had a bit of a funny day. It's just been a bit mad really. I don't really like this video, must be so weird, but basically yeah, kids aren't in, we've done everything online. It's been really nice today because we were pretty prepared in the way of like everything was sent out. Tomorrow and Friday's work is ready to go as well later on today. Like everything's kind of ready and done for the next few days, and next week's plan is pretty much done as well, which is fantastic. So it is quite nice because everything is done. It's been quite nice today to just like catch up with kids, answer their questions, get them online, get them going with stuff, kind of catching up myself. We have reports due and they've actually been, I think I mentioned before, they've been postponed, which is fantastic for us because we've just been so busy. But yeah, no, everything, it's been quite nice because I've been able to kind of catch up with children individually about a few things and just kind of, yeah, I felt really stressed this morning. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like this morning, I woke up with such bad anxiety this morning and I didn't want to come in. I felt really worried about everything, and I do still stick by my opinion that if we can do this type of stuff from home, then we should. I'm glad that I came in today because I think working in school was helpful because I was able to talk to other people about what's going on. But I think today in Thailand, 35 new cases have been found, have been like discovered, and I just feel like if this continues to be something like I don't want to be contributing to any of this, so I feel like For me, I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to take it day by day, but I think at some point it's going to have to get to a stage where I make the decision myself to just say, I am social distancing. Blah. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully the government makes some type of statement that we are on lockdown, or the school makes that decision. I don't know. We'll just see, guys. We'll just see. I'm a bit like, it's difficult. It's a really difficult situation. I feel like maybe I'm just being a bit overdramatic, but I feel like the world kind of goes in two ways. I think some people are overreacting, some people are reacting enough. Well, that's three ways, and some people aren't acting enough. And I feel like maybe I'm overreacting slightly, but I don't think people are responding quick enough for this. And I think this is a bigger deal than people are thinking it is here. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to pack up. How different does that sound? I've just turned my air conditioning off. There's a difference. Anyway, I'm going to pack up and I'm going to see you tomorrow, guys. See you soon. Good morning, guys. So I'm going to lift this up so that you can see me better. Good morning. It is Thursday. It's 7:30. It feels so weird because the classroom is empty. The quad is empty. But it is 7:30. It is second day of home learning. I feel much better about myself, like about stuff that today, just like I feel like I know what I'm doing a bit more today, which is great. The problem is there is obviously more cases in Thailand, so there's 35 cases yesterday. Hopefully, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of like take a moment as well though to, if you are a parent or a carer or anyone at home that is looking after children, my heart goes out to you. And if there's any questions you have, message me on here, message me on my Instagram, which is @KatieLife. Yeah, it's actually that.katie.life, but just message me if you have any questions at all, and I will try and maybe put some videos up of like helpful stuff that you can do if you're working from home, like helpful websites or helpful activities, anything like that. So that you've got something. I completely appreciate how hard it must be. They're not around their friends. It's completely different. It's not a routine. I feel for you, I really do. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know. Anyway, I'm going to get on with my day. I'm going to log on to my email and see what the children have said to me today. I actually had a few emails last night from parents saying thank you, so that's nice. I was a bit worried that I was going to get grumpy parents, but yeah, everyone seems quite happy, so that's good. So that's my aim, and then I'm going to do my trackers and my reports today because I've done all my marking. Whoop, whoop. I've done all my marking, and once the children are get going, like have set off with their work, I should have plenty of time to get on with my marking, which is good actually. Okay, see you in a bit, guys. Okay, guys, I just wanted to kind of quickly show you what we do, what we're doing for home learning. So we have like a little template that looks like this, and we have maths, literacy, topic, and a bit of extra work, and it's just kind of what the activities are for the day. It's just one page of work, but this is because they would have had these 3 lessons today. If they have a different lesson, then we will put in, like, so for example, they would have, if they have science, this topic is a topic, it would say science. But yeah, so that is what the work looks like, and we send that out to parents every evening, and then we send it out to the children in the morning, but we only send it out to parents so that they can have an idea. These are all our classes, so we have different classes for maths, so that's a different activity. But this is my Google Classroom. I need to be quite careful to make sure that the children's names don't appear, but basically you can go onto classwork here and set activities. So here, superhero work. Yesterday was a superhero day, so if I click on this, I have set this activity for the children to do yesterday. There's a little video clip here, and the children, I have 14 children have handed it in, 8 children haven't. So today I'm going to chase up those 8 children. Then on here as well, this was like a little practice one, but we're going to put up the topic work for today as well. So yeah, that is pretty much it so far. So that's what my plan is today, is to chase up these children. Okay, I also thought I'd just quickly show you this before the children start writing on it. So I am going to be offering some maths revision sessions, and basically I've literally just sent them this document. So this is a Google shared document. I have listed some maths topics here that I know that they struggle with. I'm doing their tracker now and I can see everything they're struggling with. So I've written this here, and if there's anyone interested, they're going to write their name in here. So it means that, for example, if I have 5 children that are interested in doing adding, subtracting, dividing and multiplying fractions, I can organise a Google Meet at some point today or tomorrow to go through it with a whiteboard and pen for them to practice, because I do think that there are certain things like this, if it's understanding a concept, especially in maths, I don't know, like, it's really hard to do as a home learner without having that interaction one-to-one with your students. So I figured this is the best way for me to practice like revising certain things. I'm actually thinking I might do it for literacy as well, with some like SPAG grammar focuses, so maybe do like a little activity on fronted adverbials and stuff like that. I'm not sure, we'll see. I'm going to trial it with this and then see how that goes. Well, hi guys, it is now 10 to 2. It has been a long, busy day as always, but it's been a really good day. I've enjoyed today. The kids had so yesterday we were meant to have a superhero day at school, so we did like superhero activities to be sent home, but today it was like meant to be a normal day, so I think it actually worked a lot better because they were used to that structure. So they all did like maths in the morning, and then they did literacy, and then they had a little break, and then they all did their reading answer. Do you know what I mean? Like they had a bit more structure to it, and I just think they all knew how to do stuff more. They became a little bit more relaxed, because I think one of the biggest things I'm finding over the last few days is that we are obviously doing the best that we can to provide the best education we can to children, and at the same time this is like an unprecedented situation. This isn't something that's going to happen every year, I hope not, but like this is a completely unique situation. And one of the things that my children were worried about, like the kids I teach were worried about, was like, what if I tell them off if they don't do the work the way I want them to do it? Which is really sad. And it kind of made me like, it put into perspective, like in class, is that how they feel? Do you know what I mean? Like we are quite, I guess as teachers in general, we kind of do expect things to be presented in a certain way, but I guess at the end of the day, as long as they understand the work, that really is the most important thing. And I kind of like, I don't know, it just kind of touched home with me a bit, like maybe this isn't quite like the way I should be doing things as a teacher, I guess. I don't know, like I think it's difficult because I think I've always been quite open with, you know, how children present the work, as long as they're presenting it the best they can, you know. I think it's fair, but like yeah, I don't know, I think it's difficult. It's all difficult, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, one of the things today I think they've kind of had more of an understanding of is that they just need to do the work to the best of their ability. I'm not gonna, like, it's gonna be constant praise whenever, you know, they send me work, you know. If someone's just not bothering doing work, then I will call them up on it, but really, like, as long as they're trying, I don't mind. But yeah, so it's been a good day, and it was really nice actually. At lunchtime, I said to the children early in the morning that at lunchtime at 12 o'clock we will do a class Google Meet, and I put all the children in a classroom together, and there's a game called Kahoot which the children love, and it's actually quite difficult to do remotely, so we tried that. It wasn't so successful. But there's also a game called Quiz Is. I will put the name on the screen somewhere. Quiz, Quizzizz. And basically you can create a quiz, or you can use one of the quizzes on there. There's loads of different ones on there, and the children just need the code to log on to it, and they go on to like joinmyquiz.com, they type in the code, and they can just carry along with the quiz, and they can see each other's scores coming up on the screen. And it was a really nice little like activity for them to do, and I think it was nice because it means that they're not feeling lonely. Do you know what I mean? Like they get to see each other still, and yeah, it was just a really nice little activity for them. And then they've just it's been quite nice this afternoon. Like I had my lunch, and they've just been getting on with work. Like I haven't really had any child kind of asking anything and, you know, worried about stuff, which has been quite nice. Like they've been quite relaxed. I've done all my trackers, like, you know, I was talking about reports. I've done all my trackers, which is great, and I'm just kind of writing my reports now, which, I mean, is quite nice, I will say. Like, having a bit of freedom to be able to do that is quite nice. But yeah, it's going okay. Like, you know, we're in tomorrow. Oh yeah, update. So I'm in tomorrow, but next week, what our school have said, what we're going to do is we're going to be at home Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and work from home and see how that goes. Now, I think the reason being is because they appreciate, the school know that like people don't want to be in school if they don't have to be, if that makes sense. But at the same time, they don't want people like going off to the beach and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Because we do live in Thailand. So they said Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, and then Thursday we'll be back in school just to touch base and see how do people feel about it. You know, was it working? La 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 la. And then we'll see it from there. I don't know. in honesty, the likelihood is, because Thailand are getting more and more cases every day, Thailand are probably going to go into lockdown at some point in the next week or so. So I say it casually, that scares the hell out of me, like I can't even tell you about it. But yeah, we're going to go, we're going to close at some point, like the whole country, I'm sure. They've closed down people coming into the country today, unless you've got like a COVID-19 free certificate or something. So yeah, I don't know. But so realistically, I don't know. After tomorrow, I'm not sure when I'll be back in school. But we keep on going, guys, don't we? We keep on going. Anyway, I realised that I didn't actually edit my vlog from 2 weeks ago, so I'm going to be putting that up like tonight or tomorrow, and then my last week's video tomorrow. But they're both like out of date now, because this time 2 weeks ago, coronavirus wasn't a thing in Thailand really. Like, we had 3 cases. Now we have 212. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to go and I'm going to do some more work. And do you know what I have got on? Taylor Swift. Yes, that is right. I'm listening to Taylor Swift on the YouTube. This is what happens to me when I don't have 22 kids around me all the time. Right, I'm going to listen to some Taylor Swift whilst writing my reports. I'm going to go home in like 35 minutes because we were told we had to leave at 2:30, so always good. See you in a bit, guys. Hi guys, it is Friday, and as you can see, I am not in my classroom. So basically, we have been told today, well, we were told late last night that actually we are all going to be staying at home. We have the opportunity to go into school today, but then after that the school's closing. So I actually went into school this morning at like 7 o'clock in the morning and grabbed the laptop. So our school gave us a laptop to use for home learning. So I ran into school, grabbed my laptop. I've grabbed a few like books that I've got that might be helpful for like home learning if this continues on for a long time. And I've also like picked up a whiteboard and pen and stuff to use that if I need to explain any concepts to kids. So yes, I am now at home. I'm sat on the coffee on the floor. I love sitting on the floor, I'm a bit weird. So I'm sat on the floor using the coffee table as my desk. And yeah, just started the day, just started chatting to the children. They all seem good, they all seem happy. So I'm going to email all their work to them now, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit.